topic of my talk is making your business dream a reality. Today I'm presenting a new perspective toward your personal and professional success. It's a common notion that successful people are those who achieve their dreams. The question is, are you successful? Before we answer that question, we should know what success really is. At the first glance, success is achieving a goal. We are achieving goals day in, day out. We're finding an address on a Google map successfully. We do transaction on internet successfully. We successfully log in, log out. So it seems success is more than achieving a goal. Success is achieving an important goal. The goal should be really important to consider that a success. Now, why there are so many definitions? Since the goals that are important to you may not be that much important to me, the definition of success could be completely different from person to person. So what is the important goal for you? What would you consider as success? Is this having a big bank account? What about having a nice house? Some people just consider success as finding their soulmate, and some consider it as achieving higher education, having a booming business, or having a loving family. Which one of these you would consider as success? Most of us consider all of the above. So we know each one of us has several important goals in life. We can think the goals as a mountain range, and the goals are the peaks of this mountain range. Obviously, the higher peaks are obscured in fog and cloud because we cannot see so much in the future, and there's no question that as we climb higher, we can see more peaks into fog and cloud. Don't forget that we cannot see more peaks if we stay down the hill or just talk about the climbing as we usually do. So how can we set our goals? If we open any page on internet and we just search goal setting, the first thing that comes out of the search is the goals should be SMART. And there's no question that goals should be SMART, and SMART stands for goals should be specific. Goals should be measurable. Goals should be achievable. Achievable means it's achievable in general for human being, but at the same time, goals should be realistic. It means it should be practical for me. And goals should be time targeted. There should be a deadline for the goal. We are increasing our risk of failure if our goals are not smart. And most often, as you know, our goals are really smart. Now, what if we were smart and we achieved an important goal? Since success is achieving an important goal, the question is, are we successful? How many times it has happened to us that we had a winner hand, but we didn't feel winner? How many times it has happened to us that we achieved an important goal, but we didn't feel successful? So it seems there is more to success than simply achieving an important goal. It seems there is a good difference between achievement and success. It seems that achievement is what others see from the outside, while the success is what we feel from inside. This is why there are so many people who could be high achievers. We see they have cars, they have house, beautiful house, nice family. They achieved so much, but still they don't feel successful. So what makes an achievement a success? It seems that success is achieving an important goal while not crossing the guide of happiness. So, how can we stick to the guide of happiness? What is this guide of happiness to begin with? What else do we need beyond being smart? The first thing that goal setting starts with, even before being smart, is clarity. And the clarity is the answer to this very question: what do you want? That's the most important question. What do we really want? It seems that we can see that there is a peak up there in the mountain, but our head is in a fog and cloud and we cannot see our goal clearly. So why clarity is so important? Achieving goals mandates action. Clarity brings confidence, and confidence brings efficiency. Without clarity, action cannot be taken or will not be effective. I wish all of us had a telescope that can go far beyond the fog and cloud and show the peak of the mountain clearly to all of us. But what brings clarity? The first and foremost thing that improves clarity is knowledge. When we know the problem, when we know the facts around the problem, when we know the involved factors, and most importantly, we know our role in achieving that goal, we're going to be more clear about what we want. Not to mention, thinking is really important. Thinking at different time of the day, thinking during the different emotions. Sometimes we really think the thing is so clear to us, we really want this, but next day or next morning, when we think about it, it's so obvious that this is not what we want. So thinking is very important. We should remember that clarity is not instantaneous. It takes time. People spend their entire life in search for clarity. Some people go in cave for months to become more clear about what do they want. So for sure, the clarity takes time. Another important thing that usually kills the clarity is conflicting desires. We want something, we don't want the other thing. We want to be fit, we don't want to do exercise. We want to go to gym, we don't want to spend time out of house. We want this part of it, but we don't want the other part of it. Resolving conflicting desires help us to improve clarity. On the same note is overcoming fear of failure. Sometimes we feel that if we achieve another goal, we can lose what we already have. And unless we overcome that fear of failure, the thing's not going to get that clear to us. Another important tool for achieving clarity is announcing what you want to do to others, to loved ones, to friends, to family. Tell them what you want to do. And the first thing you do, even before talking to them, you're going to start working the thing in your mind and trying to bring all the good things about what you want to do and the rationale behind what you want to do this. So even before you tell them, your mind starts making things clear for you that this is exactly what you want. And when they ask you questions, again, you try to answer those questions by making things more clear for yourself. The other important thing is counseling, asking wise people regarding what you want to do. They're going to give you a lot of good information, but that's not all. When you start asking question A, your mind gonna start work and gonna answer the question B that has not even been brought up. And not to mention, clarity improves with moving toward the goal. Sometimes it's really hard to make things or see things so clearly from the beginning, and the only way to get things more clear is to move forward, and things gonna start more clear as we move toward the goal. As important as clarity in order to achieve a goal is vision. After we're clear about what we want, we need a vision. And vision doesn't mean simply to keep eyes on the prize. Vision has three main domains. First of all, to see the position of that goal in the big picture of our life. What that goal gonna play in our life with our other things that we already have. The second domain is to understand our role in achieving the goal. If you're confused about what is my role in achieving this goal, we don't have a good vision. And the third is to realize the obstacles and downfalls on our path toward the goal. Without vision, we cannot see the cliffs or obstacle on the way, and we're preparing ourselves for failure. Now we discussed the three very important components of a goal setting, which is knowledge, clarity, and vision. And interconnection between these three important factors, we know this powerful triangle is really hard to come by. But when it's there, it's so powerful in helping to set the goals that result in success. Most often, the only type of wisdom that we have is a hidden one in the form of hidden wisdom tooth that often give us trouble. So what are the attributes of goal that are associated with success beside being based on wisdom? The goal should be yours. If we don't own the goal, even if we achieve it, we don't feel success. If this is your mom's goal that you become a doctor, if this is your dad's goal that you can take over the family business, and that's not yours, even if you achieve it, you don't feel success. On the same note, the goal should be originated with passion. If the goal is originated without passion, even if we achieve it, we don't have the satisfaction of success. If we are just doing things because other people are doing it, if we are doing things because we can do it, we have money to do it, but we don't have any special passion for it, we don't feel success. The goal should also be constructive. The destructive goals, even if we are destroying evil, usually don't give us the satisfaction of success, unless we are doing the destruction as a part of demo for construction. And the last but not least is the goal should be beneficial to others beside us, or the goal should be win-win situation. If we're entering a relation that is win-lose, we're the winner, someone gonna lose, we're not gonna feel successful. But what are in the path that we're taking toward our goal. What makes an achievement a success in the path that we start from point A going to point B? We have to maintain our principles and values. If we don't maintain our principles, if we cheat, if we lie, no matter what we do to get the result, even if we get that result, we're not going to feel successful. We have to manage our resources. We have a finite time, money, and energy. We have to manage it right. If we're just putting all of our time on the things that we're doing, so obviously we're not going to have enough time for other important goals. We're going to lose other things. So even if we achieve our goal, we're not going to feel successful. The same is true with other resources like money and energy. If you're putting all of our energy, if you're putting all of our money to achieve this goal, and for that we're going to lose other important thing in life, we're not going to feel successful. If we lose our mental health, even if we achieve the best goal, we're not going to feel successful. So we have to remain calm, at the same time excited about achieving our goal. We have to stay focused and committed toward what we want to achieve. That's the most important thing. When people start their path, usually the grass is always greener on the other side. There are other better options to pursue. And if we change our path to different path, the chance we're going to reach to goal is slim, and the chance we're going to feel successful is even more slim. We have to take responsibility and be in full control. If we are not responsible for what is being done, how we can feel successful? If we just delegate things to other people, there's a big achievement is being done, but you're not part of it. We are not responsible for what's being done. We are not in full control. How we can feel success? We have to trust ourselves and others. We have to work with others. If this is a solo job, very unlikely we're going to feel successful, even if we achieve the goal. Now, we achieved our goal. Are we done? It seems that after achieving a goal, now it turns into an asset. There are 4 major assets. Number 1 is wealth. Number 2 is health, knowledge, and relationship. We are cherry picking these assets and goals throughout our life. So, what happens if we are not taking care of our assets? Can we have success without taking care of our assets? So it seems success is not just achieving an important goal while not crossing happiness. Success is achieving and maintaining an important goal while not crossing the guide of happiness. The bad news is asset management is a never-ending project. It's just like building a bridge on the ocean. We have to keep going. But what if we were clear, we had a vision, our goal was smart, but we didn't achieve our goal? Can we still call ourselves successful? Let's talk about common issues with achieving a set goal. We set goal A, but there is always change in the set goal. As we move forward, the thing's gonna start getting more clear, and very often we change our goal from A to B. So we never got to point A. can we call ourselves successful. There is always another goal after which we achieve. So we reach to A and we see, oh, A is just a start. And not only that, we're going to see A is just the starting point of series of goals. Our goal is to just enter the college. After we enter, what should we do? We have to exit. After we're done with college, we're going to go to higher education, or we're going to find a job. After we find a job, we're going to higher paying job, and so on and so forth. So after achieving what goal do we deserve to be called successful? So basically, when can we call ourselves successful? One thing for sure is as we depart from point A, regardless of reaching to point B, we achieve knowledge and experience. No question about it. We're going to get more clarity. Now we know exactly what we want, and things are going to get more clear. We're going to have a better vision. We're going to have a broader perspective. We're going to have a new relationships. All of these things are assets, and the whole purpose of achieving a goal is to turn it into asset. So with each step, we are achieving assets. Not only that, we create ourselves with a new wisdom. The good news is success starts with the first step of our journey, not after the last step. But what about our dreams? Should we follow our dreams? The main thing that we need to be clear about is teasing out our dreams versus goals. The question is our dream smart? Is our dream specific? Most often, no. So obviously, it's not measurable either. Is it achievable? There's a question about it. Is it realistic? There's also a question about it. And for sure, it's not time targeted. Successful people design a set of goals that each one of them is very specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time targeted, and achieve them one at a time in order to achieve their dream. And I hope the information of this presentation helps you in achieving your personal and professional success. And as all of us know, the road to success is always under construction. Thank you.